Oh, Albuquerque. It's a, it's a joke from, I think, Looney Tunes. So before we start the map, real quick about the music over here. For the most part, the level music has just been from a couple of the community packs that I really liked. This track, though, the secret level prep screen track, is from Mach 2, The Speed of Stupid. If you've ever seen that hilarious joke wad.
No, I've seen very little Doom community stuff. I've not really followed it until Sam got me into it. Essentially, I was recording Sam's WODs and offering to record WODs before I'd really seen any WODs that weren't either official or Sam's. So very much new entry in terms of what I've actually been exposed to, which has made it quite an adventure. I've not had much exposure to the Doom community. The wider Doom community would probably consider fairly standard stuff. Must play WODs. I'm oblivious to most of them.
Gotcha. Well, most of the music in that WOD is it's just an abomination. But I thought this track was actually pretty nice, so I went ahead and thought it would be a little fitting Easter egg for people who know, and for people who don't. Hey, it's a nice track.
Hello, we're doing SMG Man's Doomwave, episode 2 of Doomwave, part 2 of the recordings, secret level, everything's the best. Yeah, there we are. Joined by, of course, SMG Man, Gary, right there. I'll grab that machine gun immediately. Yes, please, thank you. I'm going to have that and get stuck in. Oh, he's on fire and he's massive. Okay, right, good-o. That's what's happened, and I'm dead, unsurprisingly. Oh, dear me, that was. I'm gonna have a fun. He's awesome. He's custom, but he's giving me the fear.
So the big dude on fire is definitely a co-op only monster.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to a little unmanageable in single player, I think, at this point, without respawning. But if you take a look right here in the lava pool, there's actually a plasma gun. So, and that again is co-op only. You're gonna need it. So, we're in the secret level.
Good to know. We're in the secret level, which Civvy assures me should always be the hardest level. Let's have a look.
Yeah, so I made it a bit of a challenge, but I tried not to put too many enemies. I wanted it to be a little bit, get you a head scratch. So, the intro text, oh man.
Sorry, I'm not worried about that. I am running out of bullets. I got a fair few rockets, which I think are going to come out due to having that or fists. So, yeah. Oh, I've blown myself up. The rockets. No special. Again.
So, it might be a little less frenetic if we stop camping, so I'll just run right ahead. Grab one of these radiation suits down here. So this second room, as you can see from the overhang over there, where you're at, Alex. Oh no, you dived right. It's full of slime.
I certainly have. Yeah.
Lots of the green stuff. Yeah. So I'll see if I can't thin out some herd of these things.
Okay, I'm gonna stay camped up here. I'm going down with the green stuff. I've just been dying back to that. Well, I'm doing quite well with that. That monster right at the start, and I've just been absolutely dead. I like these, I like the Cacodemons. They remind me a bit of the Imtech, the first episode. Well, I was sort of referring to as Stone Golems, but I don't know what the official title would be.
Oh yeah, so up there's a new chainsaw actually. I think you just grab it. So this, teleporter. Did you get the chainsaw?
I did get the chainsaw.
If you look a little closely at that chainsaw, you'll see it has 2 blades on it.
Yeah.
For added carnage.
Does it do more damage? Is it just
Oh yeah. So it's like the chainsaw on crack. It is great for stun locking a single enemy in place, and it'll just shred them to bits. It's your reward essentially for finding the secret levels. Because you didn't do the secret level in the first episode, did you?
I did not.
Okay, well that's basically what I've done. In every secret level, there's at least one of these double-bladed chainsaws that you can pick up. I tried not to hide them or make them too hidden. So like this, you just pop on that teleport and grab it. But yeah, so. And with a bit of platforming, yeah, so you can jump and get those ammo pickups.
Wow! You say that, you can jump and get ammo pickups. Because I'm not sure I'm capable. Keep trying. I'll give it one more shot. Oh, it's gone. Oh!
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
So,
alright.
Those little vines. So we're in a maze over here. The floor over here isn't damaging because that would be a little too much. It's just brown.
That was making me nervous. Oh god, you didn't want me by him now. There's there's that cyber. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
This is a little tighter in co-op because I built this with mainly single player in mind, so apologies if it's a little rough right now. This room is
I think I'd be letting myself down if I was ever going to do at this point. I've advertised pretty heavily that I'm monumentally terrible at Doom, and it's true science fact. True science fact. Oh, chainsaw! Of course it is! Let's test out this chainsaw on these monsters in 2D.
Alright. So basically, to get out of this room, you just need to find your way through the maze. Fortunately, your auto map, if you're having a lot of trouble, should help a bit. Just gotta watch out for knights and barons, remember that. And then we'll be into the last room.
So, something I've been a little bit sidetracked by. So, hello! Get on that, there we are. Something I've been a bit sidetracked by, because the levels are fun and full of secrets, I like them. What are the kind of inspirations for the way you've laid these out? I mean, obviously this is really a nice little maze that you've built, like sort of traditional, almost pen and paper puzzle mazes. But
okay.
So
for this, I'll try to do as much as I can with these guys. Where is he? Alright. Got me. So with the secret levels here in my WAD in general, I mainly took inspiration from... Lag spike? Okay, I think we're good. Doom Eternal, because there are those optional Slayer Gate challenges. They're a little more difficult, and they introduce stronger monsters earlier than you normally see them. So that's kind of what I had in mind when I designed these secret levels conceptually. It's just, okay, I want these to be a bit more of a challenge than the regular maps you're going to run into. So that was a big thing. For this level in particular, as you might have noticed, and from the info blurb at the start, it is almost entirely Cacodemon and Baron or Knight type enemies, sort of as a throwback to Sandy Peterson's what was the map again? E2M9 in the original Doom. Fortress of Mystery. You start out surrounded by 4 barons, and then there's another room with a bunch of cacodemons going after you. So that was what got me to do this sort of monster placement for this level. Other than that,
it makes a lot of sense. Oh, I just keep dying. It's I'm out of ammo. In fact, I'm not. I'm gone to balance. I just keep trying to chainsaw stuff, and it's not going well. But it's interesting. It's interesting that Doom Eternal. Because I'd assumed, because obviously I was just saying earlier, I'm new to kind of a lot of this world, kind of the Doom modding community, which I'm kind of amazed is still alive after the amount of time it's since the original Doom was released, and obviously the tools have had just support from the community. I'm always blown away with like the amount that people managed to squeeze out this old engine, even with the assistance of GZDoom. And it's interesting that Doom Eternal, I think, was the inspiration for this. It makes a lot of sense. Now that you've said, I wouldn't have connected those dots unless I said it, but now that you have. Oh, get that right. Oh. Every time this monster, I use my train of thought. These are in front of the tool. Can I just chainsaw the ground under them? That's all I can. Get it! Get some!
but yeah, so I'm definitely fond of the classic Dooms. I'm also a huge fan of the modern ones. Well, the Doom Eternal DLC is a little iffy, but the base game and Doom 2016 are both great, I think. So I don't necessarily want to have the same sort of gameplay mechanics that they both use. So no like glory kills or anything like that, like in, you know, Brutal Doom or Project Brutality. But some of the gameplay ideas, the design, I'll take some of that, what I like. So we've made one full circuit around this level. As you might have noticed in there are a couple of switches we've lowered. I believe, well, we can't really go back. So I'm just going to go ahead, so that way we're not running around like chickens. Turn around. Oh, yeah, cool. So in each of these
just seconds ago,
first 3 rooms, each of the first 3 rooms, there is a switch hidden.
Okay, so I got the one on the pillar in this room as well. I got that earlier while I was I was dying in the acid. Oh! Hooray!
Right.
Okay.
So you can see what's going on, I think.
Grab that as well so I can punch people. Rather than like, oh, this hurts! Oh, I forgot this hurts. Oh, where are the teleporters? There we go.
So yeah, so in each of these rooms there is a switch hidden somewhere, and you'll press the switch and then you'll go back into that 4th room, and there should be another set of switches open in there. And you'll go ahead and basically make 2 laps around, optimally at least. Press all the switches, run in there, press the 3 switches in there, go back around, grab all the keys, and then get to the exit. So that was the sort of design for this level. Let's see.
Okay.
So there should be 1 switch hidden here in the maze, and I think if you look at your map, you should be able to probably get an idea of where it is.
Right, it's probably in that square by itself, isn't it? Let's get toable. Actually, what's that further around? Okay, so I'm gonna go this way. Monster! Yep, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Oh! I ate instead. It was me.
Oh, you got him.
Oh! Well, that's not a switch. That's a rocket launcher with some bits bolted onto it. That's what that is. It's that.
So I'll go ahead and grab
slot.
that
Got
myself.
one of each. Got one of each.
Okay.
Oh, the temptation to fire this in this enclosed space is overwhelming, but I'm going to attempt to resist it. Oh, let's see what it does.
Well, it looks like we got all the kills, so... But yeah, so this weapon, I cobbled it together myself.
Oh, that's amazing! I love it. So I was doing it both of those simultaneously. You've made it yourself, which is always impressive, and it's got a nice little burst fire rockets, which is also the best. I love that. It's probably pushing me.
So yeah. So the sprites are from that final... No, this is from the Doom roguelike Arsenal pack. So that's where I got the sprites from. And then the projectiles are the skull tag grenades. And then the sound... The sound is from Quake 2 Mission Pack The Reckoning. That's where this style of weapon is from as well. It's just called the Phalanx. And there it shoots out 2 rockets at a time. Here I made it 3 smaller missiles, but I just thought it's a really cool weapon, so I basically recreated it for my little wad here.
It is. It's a fantastic weapon. I love it. What?
So
How do you even get into doing so? I wouldn't know where to start making something like a custom weapon do. Right? So how did you get from being a normal person that enjoys playing video games like Doom, aren't they fun, to being able to create your own weapon in a WAD and add it in there with your own animations, or even if they were lifted from other resources, you've stitched them together very effectively and you've clearly coded it to, or whatever it is you do to it to make it far more weapons. Like how you self-taught? You follow tutorials? Did you just decide you wanted to try making little levels one day and it escalated from there? Like what?
So this basically goes back more than 10 years ago, because I used to be a huge fan of a game called Red Alert 2. I still am a huge fan of it, but I remember seeing on YouTube videos of like custom maps for that game, and so that sort of like got me into thinking, hey, what if how can I make custom maps for Red Alert 2? So that's sort of what got me on the track of modding video games, essentially. And then I saw a really interesting mod for Doom at the time. It was called Psychophobia, and it was just a bunch of custom monsters and custom weapons and new textures and everything, and I saw that and I was like, that's possible in Doom? Holy crap, dude. So that's what got me into actually, finding Doom Builder and downloading, stuff to make levels and whatnot with at the time. But again, this was a bunch of years ago. It was just the original Doom Builder, not even Doom Builder 2. And that's what got me on the track of making levels. And I don't have any of my original creations. They were awful, but
put a necessary step, I no doubt. Everyone goes through the one square room with a cube in it, 3 square rooms connected by a square.
Oh no! So my barometer for quality maps at the time was mostly just stuff I found in the Maximum Levels pack, because we had that CD, and it was just like, oh god, there's this really terrible one called Yak World, and it's just huge rooms filled with monsters, textural misalignments everywhere, and it's just so that's kind of what my first level started out looking like. But
that kind of sounds ideal, because you've got what's effectively not an official release, but a commercial release. That's just someone else's attempts to learn how to make Doom levels. I haven't got any keys, by the way. I don't know. Did we get the blue key?
So back to the keys. You press all those switches in those other rooms, you come in here, and then these switches, like this, when you press it, you're able to get the blue key now. This one over here is for the red key, this one over here is for the yellow key. So we're going to have to go back.
So that will have lowered the... Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So now we got the blue cube.
So just going back to what we were chatting about. Oh no, I fallen there. Of course I had. Crap, where's the teleporter? Oh, there it is. That way. Alright,
Cool. Alright.
Oh, the walls will come. Oh, now that's convenient. That is.
Oh, okay, right here. Did you grab the rifle?
Oh, I did not.
Okay, so this is another co-op weapon.
Okay. Called weapon.
Yeah.
Did you make a custom weapon?
So
Majestic
again,
man.
most of this is me taking existing stuff and cobbling them together. I'm not really good with graphics editing, or at least making these kinds of Doom sprites, but after messing around with GZDoom for so long, I'm pretty decent with changing up the decorate and ACS kind of stuff. ACS is the scripting for the levels.
Okay.
And decorate is the code for guns and items and monsters, that kind of thing. Anything with a sprite, basically. But yeah, so like this rifle.
I'm of the opinion that some of the. Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
I was gonna say.
Is pretty much just whole cloth from the Realm 667 site. I slightly reduced its rate of fire, but it's a really accurate weapon. It's about the same strength as the double barrel shotgun, and it takes
really?
It takes a new ammo type. You'll see down there it says Magnum if you have the regular status bar up. Yeah, I made that little adjustment.
I've got the alt HUD, but I see the little yellow fella there.
Cool. But yeah, so we've got all the keys now, we're good to go.
Okay.
So back to what you were saying, or asking.
Yeah, so I'm of the opinion that some of the sprite work in Doom is some of the finest pixel art that's been done, particularly the monsters and the monster corpses and things. I think it is. Because you kind of see people that try and replace them with 3D models and stuff like that, or HD versions, and they always look kind of terrible. And I think it's just because there's actual artistry has gone into some of that original pixel art. It's like that's because back in the day, of course, Doom's a AAA game, such as they existed at the time. So they will have had, or essentially, like AAA standard pixel artists draw these monsters in immaculate detail. So I think they're going to be extremely difficult to kind of recreate without just doing things like recoloring them or. I particularly like the Cacodemon. I don't know what it is about that Cacodemon, but I just think it looks fantastic. I think it's sort of the way they've managed to get what looks like sort of layers and ripples in its big old monster face, even though it's just a big sphere. It just looks fantastic.